Hello, welcome, and thank you for joining me for another Crafts with Katie. Today we are going to be making this awesome apple bag from this awesome apple.
Wow!
For this project, you will need an apple, paint, I picked out light green and red, and a tote bag. You should place a piece of cardboard inside the tote bag while painting. Step 1. Cut your apple into 2 pieces. I'm going to start with the red paint. But you can paint your tote bag however you'd like with whatever colors you choose. The fun is in being creative. But also the fun is in smushing the apple into your paint. And once you have it nice and covered, place it firmly onto the tote bag. I'm going to do a few red apples first before switching paint colors. Pro tip, dab the apple on a paper towel before placing it. And speaking of dabbing, after lifting the apple, use a paper towel or rag to dab and fill in any missing spots or clean up any excess paint. Just dab to dab, dab to dab, dab. It's a lot of dabbing for the day. Okay, I'm going to switch to green now. I reused the same piece of apple after rinsing it off, but you can also use the other half. I'm adding 1 green apple to my bag by repeating the same steps. Cover in paint, dab it on a paper towel, place it down firmly, and dab wherever needed to create the shape you want. Oh my gosh, so cute! Now, I cut 2 leaf-like shapes from my second half, but you can cut away a piece from any unused part of the apple. Also, I ended up eating the rest of that half, and it was delicious. I highly recommend it. Honeycrisp, if you're interested. Anyway, back to crafting. I used the pieces of apple to create different leaf shapes for each apple on the bag. But for my green apple, I wanted a new shade. So I mixed in some black paint into the green because when you mix black and light green, you get dark green, which is the perfect touch to my new super cute apple picking bag. I just love fall.
In the shade of the old apple tree, when the love in your eyes I could see, when the voice that I heard like the song of the bird seemed to whisper sweet music to me.
In the shade of old apple tree,
Apple tree.
when
Ten, nine, eight, seven, six, five, four, three, two, one.
Hello, welcome, and thank you for joining me for another Crafts with Katie. Today we are making flying bats. For this project, you will need glue, scissors, and jumbo clothespins. I'm using a hot glue gun, but you can use school glue. Just allow time in between each step for the glue to dry. Step 1. Cut out the bats and the black rectangles from the template. Be sure not to cut the instructions. Next, apply glue to the top of the clothespin and position the black rectangle on top. Center it on the paper. Okay, so when I was making that video, I hadn't realized I was putting that black rectangle right up to the edge of the clothespin, which is fine, still great flight motion, but not easy to clip onto anything. So if you just move it a little further back, closer to that spring line, then still great flight pattern, but now you can clip it onto things easily. That's it. That's my hot tip of the day. Oh, that's so cute. Now, fold the paper on both sides of the clothespin and secure it in place with glue. Next, gently bend the bat wings upward, apply glue to the clothespin, and attach the bat body so that the black rectangle is concealed under the wings. Now, with the wings positioned upright, apply a small dab of glue to the edge of the paper, just a tiny amount at the end, and attach it to the underside of the wing. All done! Simply open and close the clothespin to make the wings fly. Your bat is now ready to take off.
brain that you gave me? Was it Hans Delbruck?
No.
Would you mind telling me whose brain I did put?
And you won't be angry?
I will not be angry.
Abby someone.
Abby someone. Abby who?
Abby Normal.
Abby Normal.
I'm almost sure that was the name.
Trick or treat!
Hello, welcome, and thank you for joining me for another Crafts with Katie. Today we are going to be making beaded corn husks. For this project you will need pipe cleaners and plastic pony beads. Let's get started. Take 4 12-inch pipe cleaners and line them up at the top, then fold the bunch in half to find the center. Then twist a few times from the center. Now pull the pipe cleaners apart, fanning them out until they make a snowflake shape, or better yet, until it makes an octopus shape. Now we start adding the beads. On each arm of your temporary octopus, add 10 to 15 beads, stopping around 2 inches from the end. Try to add the beads in a random pattern. Have fun with your color choices. Who says corn can't be purple? Fold the pipe cleaners up into a bunch, turning the octopus into a more corn-like shape. Then grabbing right above the top of the beads, twist the pipe cleaners a few times to close the top. Although I'm going to pause for a second and just add a quick bead or two to one of my pipe cleaners. It was falling a little short. You want your top layer of beads to be fairly even. And once again, we twist it closed. A lot of twisting in this project, very little shouting. Once you fan the husk out of your corn, you are all done. Well, thank you for crafting with me, and don't forget to share your artwork. Gobble. Hello, welcome, and thank you for joining me for another Crafts with Katie. Today we're cooking up some cardboard turkey. Why make a cardboard turkey? Why not make a cardboard turkey? For this project you will need cardboard, turkey template, marker, scissors, utility knife, white paper, and glue. Let's get started by cutting out all the pieces of our turkey. Use the bone template to cut out 4 pieces from white cardstock paper. The rest of the pieces we'll cut from cardboard. Grab a piece of cardboard paper, preferably one that has a bend in the middle, then turn it upside down. Take your turkey body template and place it on one side of that fold. Trace it Then flip it right over and trace it again so that you're placing the two template pieces back to back, even slightly overlapping. Then go ahead and cut them out. To make the turkey stand, cut a strip of cardboard and glue it underneath the belly, connecting the two pieces together. Then cut out two wings from another piece of cardboard, and then repeat with two drumsticks. Now we can glue these pieces onto our turkey, starting with a drumstick. Put a little hot glue on one side and place on the front of your bird. Then repeat with the wing. A little glue and attach. Or for a little extra fun, use Velcro tape instead of glue, making the legs and wings detachable. The last step is we're going to take those bone pieces we cut out earlier and glue them onto the ends of our drumsticks. And we're done! Our turkey is cooked and ready to serve. Hello, welcome, and thank you for joining me for another Crafts with Katie. Today, I will be showing you how to make these cute little napkin rings. This project is super special to me. I originally made them as part of a coastal-themed Thanksgiving table, a little nod to growing up on the Sandy Hook Bay. For this project, you will need paper towel roll, twine, small seashells, hot glue, and scissors. Begin by marking 1 inch from the top of the roll, making sure to mark all sides. Then cut as many 1-inch rings as you need. Now we're going to take our twine and wrap the cardboard ring. Add a dab of hot glue to the inside of the roll to get started, then continue wrapping, keeping the twine evenly spaced. Once you have the entire ring wrapped in twine, add another dab of hot glue to the inside and fold the end of the twine into the glue. Now that we have our base, let's add our seashell. Add glue to the back of your shell and place it on the center of your ring. And just like that, you have a seashell napkin ring. Thank you for crafting with me, and don't forget to share your artwork. Hello, welcome, and thank you for joining me for another Crafts with Katie. Today, we are going to add some fun to my houseplants with these new friends. Wow! For this project, you will need pipe cleaners, pom-poms, clothespins, googly eyes, scissors, and hot glue. For our garden snail, take 3 different color pipe cleaners, line them up, and then pull the middle piece back about 1 inch. Then on the opposite end, twist all 3 pieces together about 1 inch down from the top of the middle piece. Now wrap the 3 pieces together all the way down to the end. I use the traditional braid method. Once you get to the end, you can cut off the leftover middle piece and put it to the side. We'll be using that later. Now coil up the rest of the pipe cleaners into a spiral all the way to the head of the snail. Grab a clothespin and add glue to the top and attach the snail body, lining the top of the shorter middle piece with the edge of the clothespin. Now bend the 2 remaining pipe cleaners. Then grab that extra piece we put to the side, add a dab of glue to the back end, and attach the remaining piece to the top of the pin. Now for the googly eyes. Add glue to the front of the clothespin and attach the snail's eyes. Hey! Hello, new friend. Set your snail free to explore your indoor garden. Let's make some fuzzy caterpillars. Take out another clothespin and a few pom-poms. Add glue to the top of the pin and start attaching pom-poms in a line. Then grab some googly eyes and attach the front of the caterpillar with glue. And that's it. More friends for your houseplants. Welcome to another Crafts with Katie. Today we are going to become crafty gardeners as I show you how to make your own paper cactus. In this video we will be exploring 3 different ways that we can have fun with our paper cacti. For this project you will need paper, scissors, tape, pencil, and a hot glue gun. We are going to start with cactus template. Okay, so once you have your template cut, use the cactus pieces to trace on colorful paper. Then you are just going to go ahead and cut those pieces out. Take one of the cactus pieces and you are going to cut a slit from the bottom up and then with the other from the top down. Now slide those pieces into each other and add a dab of glue to the bottom so that you are forming your cactus in a square. And do the same for the top. Take your circle base and add a little glue to the center, sticking your cactus right on top. Now use your flower petal template to trace and cut out 2 flower pieces. Once you have your flower pieces, you are going to roll those petals up into the center of the flower. Glue the 2 pieces together, one on top of the other, and then add to the top of your cactus. And just like that, you have a little cactus friend. Now we are going to make a different type of cactus, and this time we are going to add a base. Let's go ahead and make our own template for this cactus. Take a piece of paper and fold it in half. Draw a curve that is wide at the top and narrow at the bottom. You want to draw the image on the fold, then go ahead and cut it out. Now you have your cactus template. You can make your cactus any size you want. If you want it to be tall and thin, short and wide, or you can make a tiny little cactus guy. It is up to you and your imagination. And bonus craft, if you add little faces to them, they become cactus ghosts. Spooky. Back to our project. Use your template to trace onto colorful paper. You want to make between 6 and 10 pieces, depending on how many fit on a page. Then cut and fold each one. You just fold them right in half. For your cactus flower, you can use the same template from the previous cactus project. Trace and cut 2 flowers, then roll the petals into the center of each flower and attach together by gluing one on top of the other. For the cactus, glue 2 petals together, fold to fold. It is okay if the side edges do not match up, but you do want to make sure that the top is level. If you like, you can trim the edges to make it even, but it is not necessary. Now you are going to repeat these steps, gluing cactus petals together. Again, you can trim it if you like, but that is totally optional. I do recommend trimming the bottom so that the cactus sits flat. Once all the petals are attached in a line, add glue to one side and bring the 2 end pieces together, fanning out the petal pieces. And la-dee-da, you have a cactus. Now let's build a base for it. I am using the bottom of a small gift box and dressing it up by adding some decorative tape around the edges. These are all materials you can find at your local craft store. This gift box is about 3 inches by 3 inches, and the tape I am using is washi tape, which magically happens to be the same width as my gift box. Isn't that fun? Well, I think so. Now we attach the cactus by adding hot glue to the bottom and placing your plant in the center, adjusting petals if needed. Then glue the flower to the top of the cactus. Look at this super cute cactus. Let's have a quick review, but this time we will change it up with multiple plants because even plants can use a friend. So we start by tracing our template pieces. For my first template, I am going tall and thin. Begin tracing and cutting 6 to 10 petals. How many is up to you? You will need no more than 10. Once you have your pieces cut, fold each one in half. For my second template, I made a smaller size, short but thin shaped. Again, cutting 6 to 10 pieces, then fold each one in half. Now we glue the petals together, matching fold side to fold side, lining up the tops and trimming the bottom as needed. You can choose to trim the sides or leave it as is. Once all the petals are glued together in a line, bring the 2 end pieces together and glue closed. Add some decorative tape around the side of a gift box top and glue your 2 cacti onto the base. Alright, we have made a few variations. Let's do one more. This time for my base I am using an empty tuna can. Following the same steps as the 2 previous cacti, you are going to make your own template, trace and cut 6 to 10 petal pieces, then fold each one in half. Glue the petal pieces together, matching the fold to fold, and aligning the tops, trimming the bottom as needed. Then bring the 2 end pieces together and glue closed. Stuff your can with scrap cardboard so that your plant will rest right at the top. Add a strip of paper around the outside of the can. Measure the height, mine is about 1.5 inches. Make measurement marks along the side of your paper and cut your strip out. Now you can wrap your can with the paper, taping down the 2 ends. Would you believe I just happened to have this fun
cactus print on hand. Almost too perfect. Anywho. Okay, we have our festive planter. Add glue to the bottom of your cactus and pop it right on the top of your cardboard. Fantastic. Now let's add our cactus flower. Use the flower petal template and cut out 2 flower pieces. Fold all the petals into the center and attach the 2 pieces one on top of the other with glue. Then glue your flower to the top of your cactus. Now you can add some filler to cover the cardboard. I happen to have leftover Spanish moss, and here we have a fine looking cactus. I am really digging the blue color for this one.
Hello, welcome, and thank you for joining me for another Crafts with Katie. Today, we're going to go for a ride.
For this project, you will need scissors, tape, markers or crayons, road map template, and transparent paper. Once you've printed your template, cut the map out along the dotted line. Make sure you save the car image on the bottom. We'll be using that later. Now that you have your road map all cut out, you can go ahead and color it in as you wish using markers or crayons. And don't forget about our little car. Go ahead and color it in and then cut it out. To make our cylinder, take 2 pieces of tape, turn your map upside down, and place them on the edge so that they stick out. Then roll your map up, lining up the 2 roads, and place additional pieces of tape along the outside. Now that the streets are done, let's go ahead and get our car started up. Cut out a strip of transparent paper and wrap it around the cylinder to get the width. Then tape it in place. Now tape your car to the inside of the transparent ring and slide it over the cylinder. And we're off! For this project, you will need tissue paper, utility knife, cardboard box or shoebox, marker, scissors, straws for wooden sticks, ruler, and tape. Take your shoebox and turn it upside down. Measure and mark 1 inch from all 4 sides. With your utility knife, cut out the center of the box. Now your theater is starting to take shape. Now take a piece of tissue paper and tape it to the bottom of your box. Make sure to trim it so that there's no edges hanging over. Instead of tissue paper, you can also use wax paper or parchment paper. Really any thin white paper will do. Okay, so now we have our shadow box theater complete. All that's missing is our shadow box. Start by taping my set pieces to my screen. These are the scenery background that won't be moving during the play. Okay, I'm having a little trouble keeping this paper still. So I've come up with a new solution, packing tape. I am just putting a layer of packing tape right across that tissue paper so that I'm able to add pieces to it and remove them. So you can tape down your scenery pieces, and then when it's time to change the scene, just go ahead and remove them. Perfect. Now let's prepare our puppets. Take your silhouette characters and tape a straw or a wooden stick to the back of them. Do it at an angle that makes it easy to move the puppet around the screen. He's just a little fox guy dancing in the woods. So again, you're just going to take your puppet, put a stick behind it, add some tape, and you've got yourself a shadow puppet. Look at this squirrel go nuts. And now it's showtime. Let's start the show. Get some tape. Thanks.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day.